Chapter 7. Disneyland for Old People. It was nearly dawn by the time they were all home. Jack managed to convince his parents that it was for the best that Grandpa stayed with the family for the rest of the night, rather than return alone to his flat. The boy put it in terms he thought his grandfather would understand. Because of enemy reconnaissance missions in the Air Chief Marshal has ordered you to move quarters. Before long, Grandpa was fast asleep on the bottom bunk in the boy's bedroom, snoring for England. The end of the old man's moustache blew up and down with each breath. Unable to sleep, and with his heart still pounding in his chest from the night's adventure, the boy slid down silently from the top bunk. As was often the case, he could hear muffled voices from downstairs and wanted to listen to what his parents were saying. Expertly, he opened his bedroom door without making a sound. He sat on the carpet at the top of the stairs, one of his ears pushed between two banisters. Mr. Vicar was right, said Mum. At home is the best place for him. I'm really not sure, Barbara, protested Dad. Grandpa wouldn't like it. Did you not listen to the nice man? What did Mr. Vicar say about Twilight Towers? He said it was like Disneyland for old people. Exactly. Now I don't imagine there are roller coasters or log flumes or someone dressed up as a giant mouse, but it sounds wonderful. But the vicar is a man of the church. He would never lie, snapped Mum. Maybe it is like he said, but Grandpa's always been such a free spirit. Yes, Mum replied with a note of triumph in her voice. Such a free spirit that we might find him up on the church roof in the middle of the night. There was a silence for a moment. Dad did not have an answer for this. Listen, Barry, what else can we do? Continued Mum. The old man's becoming a danger to himself. He very nearly fell off the roof and died. I know, Dad muttered. Well, maybe it's for the best. That's settled once and for all then. We can drop him off at Twilight Towers tomorrow. As Jack listened at the top of the stairs, a tear welled in his eye and rolled very slowly down his cheek. Chapter 8. Spit It Out. True to form at breakfast the next morning, Grandpa was acting as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. As he sat tucking into his fried eggs and bacon in the kitchen of the family home, it was clear the old man had no memory whatsoever of the past night's dramatic events. More bread, quickly please, char lady, chop chop, he ordered. Mum did not appreciate being treated like some kind of servant. Char lady was what posh people called the cleaners in the olden days. She looked to her husband to do something, but Dad pretended to read the paper. 2 slices of white bread were slammed down on the table, and within a moment Grandpa began mopping up all the grease on his plate. As he devoured the bread, he announced, I'll have the bread fried next time, please, char lady. Oh, you will now, replied Mum. Jack couldn't help but smile, though he tried to hide it. The old man slurped his tea, followed by a down the hatch. Grandpa said that whenever he drank anything. Mum, Dad, I've been thinking, announced the boy. As I was up so late, I think it's best I don't go to school today. What? Replied Mum. Yes, I can stay here and look after Grandpa. In fact, I could probably take the whole week off. Jack didn't like school much. He had just turned 12, so had been sent off to big school. He hadn't made any friends there yet. All the other kids seemed to be only interested in the latest pop star or silly gadget. This being 1983, many of the kids spent their lessons fiddling with their Rubik's Cubes under their desks. Jack couldn't find a single person who had a passion for a model aeroplane. On his first day, he was laughed at by some of the older boys for even mentioning them. So Jack learned to keep his mouth shut. You're going to school today, young man. Mum always called her son young man when he had done something wrong. You tell him, Barry. Dad looked up from his newspaper. But it was very late last night. Barry! The man suddenly thought better of disagreeing with his wife, and his sentence quickly changed tack. But of course, you shouldn't miss school. And in future, please do absolutely everything your mother says. Finally, he added a rather mournful, I know I do. Next, the woman gave her husband a rather unsubtle poke on the shoulder. It was clear she wanted him to make the big announcement about Grandpa. As Dad did not immediately respond, she poked him again. This time, it was so hard he actually went, Ow! Barry, she prompted. Mum always said Dad's name in a strange, elongated way when she was trying to get him to do something. Dad put down his paper and folded it slowly to put off speaking as long as he could. He looked straight at his father. Jack feared the worst. Was this the moment when Dad would tell Grandpa that he was going to be sent to Twilight Towers? Now, Dad, you know we all love you very much and only want the best for you. Grandpa slurped his mug of tea noisily. It wasn't clear whether he'd heard what his son had said at all, as there was not a flicker in his eyes. Dad started again, speaking slower and louder than before. Are you listening to me? Spit it out, cadet, replied Grandpa. Jack smirked. The boy loved that his grandfather gave Dad a much lower rank than him. In fact, the lowest rank there was. RAF officer ranks were as follows. Officer Cadet, the lowest of the low. Acting Pilot Officer, not quite the lowest of the low. Pilot Officer, now you're getting somewhere. Flying Officer, could still do better. Flight Lieutenant, not bad. Squadron Leader, even better. Wing Commander, even better than that. Group Captain, oh, you've done very well. Air Commander, look at you. Air Vice Marshal, your mum must be very proud. Air Marshal, ooh. Marshal of the Royal Air Force, Mr. Big Pants. Dad, or Officer Cadet Bunting as Grandpa called him, took a deep breath and started again. Well, we all love you very much. And we're thinking, well, it was the char lady. Mum glared at Dad. I mean, Barbara's idea, really. But after last night, we both agree. We thought it might be best for you if you went into... Jack had to say something, anything. He needed to buy his grandpa some time. So before Dad could finish his sentence, he blurted out, School with me today.